going to index even heavier. There we go. We do get one of the Robo champs, the Olaf, coming out here into the K'Sante. If lane phase doesn't go well for an Olaf, then it becomes...
Dive happen. Thanatos level 2, Blabber level 4. Loud has to find success here. They've already wasted so much time. They try to make the dive go in, but a nice path maker coming out from Thanatos. It's first blood over to Blabber, and it might get even worse.
Because of spending the time going for that. Yeah. And when you get behind a Zyra, I know you know this pain, Flowers.
I know this pain, brother, and it looks like there's even more pain in store for Robo. He drops as the
Yeah. So this was the stat I was talking about at the intro, though, at the very beginning of the day. As we go for another one.
We don't have time for stats other than kills, my friend, and C9 has 3.
So I think that Cloud9 are going to beat their average. So my ask to Twitch chat would be, how many minutes faster than their average, which was 32 minutes, are they aiming at in this game? Because just it is 2.8K the gold lead at 6.5 minutes now. Maybe we're getting way too far ahead of ourselves because at least Loud are getting a dragon, but it certainly is going to be very painful here. I mean, Sven on the Corki. Look at this. Loud might try and fight. It looks like they're positioning for it.
All right, Blabber has already started up the set of grubs. Wiz wants to try to tunnel in here and make a play. He goes for the ultimate there onto Loki. Nice follow-up with the clips. Massive engage coming out from Loud that killed Loki and Blabber both. That's exactly what the Brazilian squad needed, and they're gonna take the last 2 grubs with them.
Sven was still pushing top lane, Flowers. That was a beautiful engage from Wiz. He cruises right past Vulcan. Here, shallow wards up through Loud's jungle that Cloud9 are going to leave behind after they take the dragon.
Immobile control mage without a flash. Normally that paints a big target on his head, but Loki's doing a good job trying to stay safe. Has Roots in some danger. Sven going in, looking for the solo kill, and he gets it, no problem. Now Wiz wants revenge, but Sven flashes right back away, and Blabber is ready to punish the Skarner oh so easily. C9 get 2 more for free.
Sven putting that money to good work right there on the Corki. Meanwhile, we're still going.
Yeah, down to the bottom lane, Loki with no summoner spells, no way out, and Robo gets a much-needed influx of gold.
Yeah, get that dub for Loud. Continue to try and prey on the flashless way because everything else on the map, Cloud9 are just blowing up here. Sven income just gets targeted a little bit more. He's up to the side lane again, though, here, and his flash will be up soon as
Thanatos Nexus a little bit faster. Oftentimes this will result in at least a single turret being taken, but usually if you've got a lead about 5,000, you'll get way more than that.
Yeah, definitely can use, especially if you can use it to get down the secondary turrets on the side lane. One up. Loki does have teleports, even though he doesn't have flash now and is way more vulnerable. At least he still does have that teleport cooldown, so would be able to, ideally we'd get a drive into the second tower here, but you don't want to fully compromise positioning and have to worry about.
It is an ult for ult trade though, as Vulcan used the Magnet Storm to guarantee the force of the Ragnarok. Now the follow-up from C9. Thanatos forces Robo away, and Sven collects all the damage of the tier 2 turret.
And the Olaf ultimate is a 73-second cooldown currently, as Sven has to flash. Nice little punishment.
Yeah, I like that from Loud. They go for the solar flare afterwards, but they aren't going to find Sven. Sidestepping away from that Zenith Blade right afterwards. Cloud9's bringing the whole party. Loud's got to get out of here. Vulcan goes for the engage. They throw down the Zyra ult, but it only hits Winsome. He's got to be a little bit careful now. Vulcan might just out of the ignite. Meanwhile, Thanatos going all out into the backline, and Root's going to be killed off next. Sven goes on a rampage, and Robo has to...
Both Leona engage spells there. The ultimate and the E. Nice little just sidesteps back.
Chase Robo back down into the mid lane here. Otacon itself going to reset on the aggro. Loud are going to take the opportunity to secure the tier 1 top lane turret for themselves. As Robo takes a blast cone, gets all the way away back down to the bottom lane, and he's just going to move on over and keep pushing the wave.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to put pressure on the tower while the rest of the team is up here standing in front of Otacon. 5K on the health.
Okay, Thanatos still frontlining, trying to keep everybody else from Loud away from the Otacon, down to about 3,500 now. A TP's about to show up here from Robo as Otacon resets. C9 looking to draw battle lines here, but they got to be careful. Between Worlds already dropped. Winsome's about to die. He's all alone in the back line of C9. It ain't going to matter. Robo, he wants Sven, but he's not going to get what he wants today. A double kill back over to the corner. Corki as Root, Tanones, and Wiz are left to run. Root separated from the other two members of his team as he tries to kite and fight his way out of it. But C9 haven't lost a single player, and they're back on the objective.
Yeah, it looked like Thanatos wanted some more kills, but the rest of the team says, you know what? We've got both of the mega buffs, Flowers. This is just such a huge pushing power. With
Side lanes are already pushing in with the pincer attack as Thanatos will break into the enemy base uncontested. Loki's going to take the tier 2 top the same way, and now the 3-man squad in the mid lane that completely avoided any threat of danger from the Loud engage attempt is just going to continue pushing forward themselves.
Here it comes, the C9 onslaught with the double mega buffs. Already, Kasande opened up bottom side, and now top side is the next target. This thing melts as well. Top side tower down.
Top side tier 3 is gone. The inhibitor itself about to be rubble as Loud scramble to try to protect their base. C9 still has the false lives here for a little bit longer, and they're going to use every second to keep this push going strong. Nexus turret's under fire. First one's already about to die. It's gone. Second Nexus turret is all that stands between C9 and a fast game 1 win as the mid lane inhibitor falls and Loud scramble to try to defend. Thanatos will be the first one ready to jump in on the Casante as Winston goes to the back line of C9. Big between worlds, but it's not big enough. Loud is simply too far behind. Robo into the back, at least gets one. He takes out Sven. Maybe he's got a second. Spiraling Despair is about to pop off, and a Skarner ulti grabs another. By a miracle, Loud are holding on still, but Loki and Blabber remain ready to fight. Wiz barely gets back onto the steps of the fountain, but the Nexus itself is soaking damage. The minions will win it if nothing else, and C9, 28.5 minutes in, takes game 1.
Has been #1 Xayah pick, the best #1 all-time counter dive AD carry, locked in.
That champion is so good at making all of that dive just feel so incredibly worthless.
For that cooldown to come back, and we'll see if they set it up.
All right, they want this on Thanatos. Nice flash for the Counter-Strike stun land. Thanatos trying to get himself back away, but the follow-up stun is there. Loud barely misses out on the damage for the kill.
Yeah, I think that is the good game plan, but they just don't quite have enough damage. They, waited for his Q cooldown to come back and everything, and got the stun there, but flash for flash is the trade in the end. Thanatos teleports back. It is 50% health on both Loud members.
But Vi is also here. Blabber's ready to join. Thanatos goes back in early, gets himself back to safety there with a shield. Does take a massive amount of damage. Remember, Thanatos has already used his teleport. They need to get a kill into Robo here. Or
Loud knows as well that while they're taking grubs, Cloud9 are taking Dragon. Blabber cleared that control ward that was in the Dragon Pit, and then
forward, ready to set up this blue take attempt for his jungler Wiz. Let's see, can C9 actually stop it? Blabber's ready to maybe make an entrance here, but instead gets charmed up before we can hit the ball breaker. Sven's gonna secure the blue buff as Root wants to make his way into the fight, but Loki's arrived with the Weaver's Wall. C9 now looking to perhaps disengage. They gotta be careful. Sven gets grabbed right up in the air. The feathers fly, and Loud tries to walk it back off, but it ain't gonna work. It's first blood. Back to Loki versus Robo. It is an HP advantage for the Taliyah as Loud makes the engage here, looking for a huge burst on Blabber, and they've already killed him before the fight even starts. Wiz tries to get away. The feathers don't find their mark, and that means Wiz is in no danger of a counter death. Loud get one for free.
Wow, that was huge, yeah. And then they can get 6 grubs now. Taking down Blabber like that was massive for Loud. 6-pack of grubs should translate into some turret plate money afterwards as well. Nice job annihilating Blabber here with the CC combo.
Big stuff for Loud, finding a fight. This is what I was talking about. They can find coordinated engages. They can show.
Second grub pack fights that they have actually gone for. Cloud9 Hungry Sid still will get Dragon #2. Here's a look at it. And during this, we toggle the vision here, but it is just a great little initiation. That brush, this little curved.
Well, hold on. We're back live, and Robo's not live from that one.
So let's see. Sejuani ult for a cleanse there. A little late on the cleanse, and Taliyah wall as well. Take, but Root gonna come over and speed up that process for him.
So funny enough, since that's Herald going over to the side, Charm from Tanone's making it happen. That's a massive cooldown for the AD carry of Cloud9 to no longer have available. And now a catch onto Blabber might spell disaster. He has to get himself back out of the pit. C9 trying to redraw their battle lines here a little bit. Keep your eyes on Tanone's. First kill finds its way onto Wiz. The jungler on Loud, stuck inside the Dragon Pit, trying to posture aggressively and immediately punished. C9 pops the jungler. The fight's over before it starts, and the Drake and the shoes go over to C9. Robo, what kind of a greedy recall was that? Blabber's ready to stop him, and now Loki's gonna pop him. C9 get another one for free.
Counter-Strike, the Dragon aggro, the Dragon, wait a second, I'm gonna have a follow-up play here first, but we'll get a replay later.
Okay, let's see. Thanatos coming around from the side as Vulcan and Sven are ready to put the damage onto Root. It's AD carry for AD carry. Now Winsome wants to escape. Tanones with the Spirit Rush back over the wall. 1-for-1 trade there. Loud is going to come out on top at the end because of the fact that they grabbed the tier 1.
Grub fight, just getting, being the one on the receiving end. As tower goes down here, though, Robo moves in.
Robo's ready to step up, and the rest of Loud approaching on the flank right next to him, but Cloud9 backing up in time. Meanwhile, the turret, the tier 1, destroyed up in the top lane. Loki responsible for that as Loud continues their pressure here bottom, going after the tier 2. Vulcan wanted to go for that teleport immediate yeet button, but the TP coming in. C9 wants to make their collapse as immediately Blabber jumps into the back line for the full-on engage, but Blabber's taking a ton of damage. He's going to be killed off first, and Root stays alive. Thanatos wants to pick him off. Massive damage coming out from Sven, and Loud gets mopped up. Clean up in aisle bot lane. Triple kill over to Sven.
It was actually quite nice. Sven had just gotten to enough money to buy his Infinity Edge. So Sven comes immediately from base. Look at him right now on minimap. He's walking straight with a fresh Infinity Edge. Nicely constructed. Now they're going for another skirmish.
Yeah, could be some trouble here for Winsome and Wiz. As Wiz tries to jump back in to protect his support, but instead he's going to get punished, slammed to the wall, forced to flash over just to try to survive. Sven under pressure from Robo. The Jack so much threat onto the Xayah, but now immediately the shove right back into the rocks. It's not going to matter. C9 picks up 2.
Baron went down because Otacon died first. You know, they killed Otacon first. It took them an extra, like, it was like 25, 50.
Baron and Otacon back to back. This is a nightmare for Loud that they just cannot wake up from.
Yeah, and this time around, of course, with them previously earning themselves the Ocean Soul, it's like as well. Looks like, and not going to be too much though. Cloud9 with their triple mega buffs.
Man, that is so nasty, and now Tanone's having to flash away alongside popping the Spirit Rush. Wants to try to get a kill back here onto Loki. Not enough damage to guarantee it. Final turret shot at least claims the false life, but that's not enough. That's not good enough for Loud to try to hold on right now, as they're still going to lose their support. They're still going to lose their mid lane inhibitor turret and the inhibitor with it, and C9 are not slowing down.
They certainly have no need to. Loki doesn't have teleport though, so Loki's going to head up to the minion wave on top side. And it's going to be the 4 members of Cloud9 trying to finish.
Yeah, C9 not afraid to put these false lives to good use, as Thanatos is saying, you guys continue doing that. I'm going to work on this turret down here. There's another tier 3 out of the way. Inhibitor about to drop right next to it. Nexus turrets now, what's left in their sights. Loki will get the next wave ready to go here in a minute or so.
He's coming, he'll be here.
Yeah, it's just going to take him a minute. He took a nap, he slept in, his alarm didn't go off, as Wiz and Winsome trying to get away from this one, falling back to the Nexus turrets. Robo's very low, the false life is at least claimed on Blabber. Thanatos into the back line, 2 health bars low, but nobody down just yet. Thanatos also sent back. Respawn before the Elder Drake spawns, and I feel like that situation is nigh impossible to play for Loud, as C9 again looking to make a play in enemy territory. Robo's going to be the target. They want to make sure that he remains on that #1 gravestone, Kobe, and they're going to give him an extra boost for it. 1, 5, and 1 now for the Loud top laner.
There you go, climbing up the ranks. Meanwhile, Cloud9, only 1 inhibitor left to deal with. They're going to go for top side, and they're going to go for the kills.
Immediately into the back line with the ulti from Blabber, and the follow-up from Thanatos is enough to bring Root down immediately. It's gray screens for Loud, and C9 is staring at the Nexus. They'd love to get this one packed up and done with before 30 minutes into the game, and they're looking to do just that. Loud scrambling to try to defend at the very last second, the very last moment, but they cannot do it. C9 continues the northern dominance in the LTA, and they will 2-0 Loud.
Another dominant performance here in game number 2 from Cloud9. Nicely set up.